Good morning and welcome to your Farm and Home Show. My name is Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Dr. Mispah Munir. He's with the University of Kentucky, a postdoctoral student there in plant pathology. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now I'm glad you're here today because we're going to talk a little bit about how to reduce fungicide use in our gardens. And first, maybe if you can just explain why we use fungicides or what is a fungicide.
So fungicide is a way to control fungal diseases on plant, but not a lot of people want to use it because it can have some negative effect as well if we don't use it properly. So in order to minimize fungicide use, I think we can emphasize on cultural practices such as using resistant cultivar, crop rotation, sanitation, which means that we have to remove diseased plants or diseased plant part out of the fields, and also some weed management in which we can potentially create favorable environment conditions for a lot of pathogens, including fungal pathogens, bacterial pathogens to develop in our farm. I think reducing fungicide, we can go through those all of options.
So we can utilize those things to reduce the amount of fungicide or even reduce using fungicides at all. But if we do see that we need to use that fungicide, timing is important with the use of fungicide, correct?
Right. Yes, that's correct. So a lot of fungicide that's available, it's not meant to cure, not meant to cure diseased plants. So when plants been infected, it's really difficult to be managed even with the fungicide. And a lot of fungicide work better when it's applied before infection. So that's why timing of application here is very important if we use fungicide. And the active ingredient itself, there are many different types of fungicide. There are protectant fungicide and site-specific fungicide, in which this kind of fungicide target specific part in the pathogen, in which if there is change in that part in the pathogen, then this fungicide will no longer effective to control that pathogen.
Because I think a lot of times some people get frustrated because they see this particular disease, they spray the fungicide, but like you said, a lot of them are preventative, and they spray it again and they're not seeing the results that they want to see. So when you're looking at that, it's important to know what disease you have, or even better, maybe scouting your field to make sure that disease isn't present or the weather's not favorable for that spread.
Exactly. So yes, knowing what we are dealing with in the fields is very important, because some diseases, they look like they have the same symptom, in which that can be caused by bacteria, which is not going to be work if we control it with fungicide. So yes, knowing what we are dealing with is very important. And then like I mentioned before, that because there's many type of fungicides, then we have to know which fungicide that we want to use for that particular disease that we are dealing with.
And some home gardeners might say, well, there's like a broad spectrum fungicide to use.
Yes.
And even though that might be somewhat helpful, it's probably not going to get the desired results if we had a little bit more information, right?
Right. So yes, there is information about fungicide with the local county agents, so growers can reach out to the local county agents about the availability of fungicide or options in the fungicide control with them too.
And there's also publications available on the University of Kentucky Extension's website, so people can go to their favorite search engine and do a nice search for that, and it'll pop up, and it gives you a nice chart with timing of fungicide as well as products possibly to use.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, certainly appreciate the information and you visiting with us today. And if you have questions, make sure to contact your local extension office. Thanks for watching and have a great day.